As for me, it's time for me to get back into the saddle again and hit the road.
Inspired by the cowboys, I got myself my own Mustang to take me out of the city and into the mountains. Yee-haw!
I'm heading along the beautiful Icefields Parkway past Lake Louise along the Rocky Mountains in search of grizzly bears near Jasper. Route 1, or the Trans-Canada Highway, at almost 5,000 miles, is the longest highway in the world, stretching from one side of the country to the other. 90% of Canada's population live within 100 miles of it. Although you could take a bus, renting a car is definitely the way to go.
Drive only takes about 3.5 hours, but give yourselves more time because there's lots to do along the way.
One of your first stops would have to be Lake Louise.
One of the most popular destinations in Western Canada, Lake Louise is known as the jewel of the Rockies.
Lake Louise marks the beginning of the Icefields Parkway. It's a spectacular 2-hour drive to Jasper through the largest ice fields in the Rockies.
That's the Athabasca Glacier. 100 years ago, it came down to this parking lot. Since then, it's retreated 1 mile.
With its great mountain location, Jasper is a hub for a lot of outdoor activities. But after that long drive, I just want to lay back. This may look like a regular swimming pool, but it's actually a natural hot springs coming from these mountains right here.
I know there's a lot of fun things to do here, but I'm on a mission. I'm off to see a man about a bear.
I'm meeting with Gordon Stenhouse, the provincial grizzly bear specialist of Alberta. He's running the largest grizzly bear project in the world, studying hundreds of bears, mostly in the forest areas in and around Jasper National Park.
Well, this is the 6th year of the Foothills Model Forest Grizzly Bear Program. And what our program is focusing on is trying to understand how grizzly bears and people can coexist on the same landscape. There's a host of activities that occur in grizzly bear habitat, and of course that's affecting the habitat for bears. From my own perspective, grizzly bears represent wilderness. If we can maintain grizzly bears, it shows that we can maintain our wild spaces, that we can be wise stewards of the landscape, and that future generations will know that we have been good stewards.
Gordon sent me out with some of his crew to help with some field work, checking and setting bait to lure bears.
Okay, so what are these stinky things that are absolutely foul smelling?
This is what we're going to use for bait in the middle of our trap. First one here is rotten fish, and we put about 1/3 of a cup of liquefied rotten fish in here, and then we add about 3 liters of rotten cow blood that has bacteria in it, so it's really stinky.
Gee, just hold your breath. It's already so bad.
I hope you had your breakfast too.
Yeah, I hope it stays in. It doesn't come up. Oh my God, that just looks bad.
Okay, so you want to pour about 1/3 of a cup into here, just of the liquid. Try not to get the whole bits in there.
Oh God, that's bad.
Okay, that's good.
We also have to make our drag, which is a piece of that rotten fish in a burlap bag that we drag up to the site.
And we just need about 1/3 of a fish or whatever you can manage to get up there.
In there, so.
Okay. Just put it right in?
Yep.
Good job.
Woo!
Is this fresh cow blood?
No, it's actually left out to rot, and it just makes it a lot more smelly and a higher chance of attracting some animals into the trap. Hopefully grizzly bears.
Oh, that's foul.
That's the right amount, and we'll just close that up again to get rid of the smell. You could be the honor drag guy.
All right.
So you just want to pull it on the ground behind you.
Oh, just drag it?
Yeah.
Really?
And you just
Oh,
get
you want to leave a trail?
scents on the ground, yeah.
Okay.
Kim and Corrine are taking me to a trap they laid 2 weeks ago. What we're looking to get here are not the bears themselves, but pieces of fur caught in the trap, which get analyzed for DNA. I have to admit, I do hope we see a bear.
Okay, it looks like a good tuft of bear hair around the corner there.
You found some more?
Yeah, just on this barb here around the corner.
That's a big one. That's huge. This guy lost some fur here.
So that's definitely bear fur. Because,
So is this a grizzly bear, you think, or a black bear?
I think in this case here, it's probably more likely to be a black bear because it's most of them are consistent color. Okay, so the grand finale for you is to pour the cow blood and the fish juice on the bait pile.
Yummers. The whole thing, right?
Yeah, and we'll just watch your pants and your feet because you might get a little splatter happening there. Yeah, and just get a lot of on top in the moss on the top there.
No, I'm trying not to be.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Save some for Mom.
We didn't see any bears there, so Gordon is taking me 6,000 feet up into the mountains to a site where we might have better luck. An old bear den. The bears are really hard to see because of the dense forest cover. Gordon uses this specially...
So they're not going to be in the den at this time, right?
No,
When do they go again? So this is it, huh?
this is the den. This bear was in here from the end of October till I guess the beginning of April, snoozing away. And all the snow, of course, is building up over top, and there might be 4 or 5 feet of snow in here. She would excavate an entrance out and come out, and she might not have gone right downhill. They certainly can go over the tops of mountains just like this right here. 5 months they're in this den, and they don't urinate or defecate or excrete in any way while they're in the den.
How much weight do they have to put on in order to hibernate successfully?
We don't know the exact amount, but usually bears that we can catch in the spring are, say, 230 pounds. By fall, that same bear can be a 400-pound bear. So putting on weight is important to allow them to actually reproduce successfully and have cubs, and also to get through hibernation because they do burn energy while they're in their den.
Then, just as we were leaving, I'd like to hang with the bears some more, but time to go to the third province on my list, British Columbia. I'm taking the Via Rail train from Jasper to Vancouver.
Here's your first tip. Get into the dome car right away so you can get a good view of what's coming up. Now this is a room with a view.
The final leg of the east to west journey on the Canadian is considered to be the most spectacular of the trip. I'm taking a 14-hour leg of the train's 12-day journey across Canada to Vancouver before heading to Whistler for a little recreation.
For my next tip, get yourself a Canrail pass, and once you're on board, see if you can get yourself upgraded.
The difference can be worth a few $100s. The pass can last from 12 to 15 days during a 30-day period, costing from between $450 to $700 Canadian, depending on the season.
Much better.
Wine?
Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you very much. Look at this. Fine dining, moving scenery. What more could you ask for? Delicious. And for my final tip, Make sure you leave a tip.
Vancouver, Canada's third largest city, has a population of around 2 million. Its unbeatable combination of mountains and water make it one of the fastest growing cities in North America.
A great way to see the city is from the water.
You can rent boats by the hour. And when you're ready to head indoors, the Museum of Anthropology should be your first stop. First Nations people have been living in this region for thousands of years.
These beautiful carvings are totem poles, and they can only be found amongst the Northwest Pacific Coast First Nations. The best way to understand a totem pole is to think of it like a family crest, where everything on it, be it animals or people, has special meaning to that family or clan.
For some reason, I'm getting really hungry. So, inspired by the museum,
I'm gonna eat here. Lillygetta is Vancouver's original First Nations restaurant. Oh my goodness. This is a feast.
It's a platter for two, and then again a platter for two.
Man, all this food, I don't know how I'm gonna eat all this by myself. Need some help? Yes, help yourself. This is quite a feast. What are you eating? I am eating duck. I'm having the salmon. How's the duck? It's really good. How's the salmon? Delicious. I feel like I ate for two. I think I did too. Oh.